Hey Bengaluru! Hey Gidira! Today, my kitchen is smelling oh so good. And the culprit is this simple South Indian recipe, which looks very simple, but it's full of flavors, aroma, and is super rich in nutrition. Just like us South Indians, who are very simple but full of surprises, aren't we? Well, on that note, let me show you how to make this simple South Indian traditional vegetable pulao. So, let's get started. As you can see, I've used 10 to 15 beans, 1 or 2 carrots, 1 radish, 1 potato, green peas. Here I've used dry peas, so I've soaked them overnight. If you want, you can use fresh peas, in which case you don't really have to soak them and use as is. Then I've used a tomato and an onion. These are the vegetables I have used. You can also use gobi, mushrooms, paneer, beetroot, any vegetable that you fancy and feel like adding. And for masala, you will require 1 onion, 4 to 5 green chilies, 7 to 8 cloves of garlic, a little jeera, coriander, and finally a cup of coconut. These are all the ingredients required to grind the masala. And here I also have dry spices that go into the oil. I have 1 lemon that I squeeze on top of pulao once it's ready. And finally, the most important ingredient, that is sona masuri rice. And here I have a cup of it. Remember, if peas are dry, soak them overnight. And also rice can be soaked for 15 to 30 minutes for it to cook better. Alright, let's grind the masala now. And as you can see, I have green chilies, jeera, coconut, onions, garlic, coriander. You can see pretty much all the ingredients now. And once it's ground, you can see a fine paste. It's very similar to coconut chutney, but the ingredients are a little different and also the proportions. Traditionally, we either use sunflower oil or groundnut oil in pulao, but today I'm using olive oil for no particular or special reason, just that I had a lot of it and I thought, why not? Alright then, let's start cooking. Let's take a generous quantity of olive oil or any oil of your choice, and let's add the dry spices. Here I have saunf, 7 to 8 pods of pepper, 1 or 2 twigs of cinnamon, 1 or 2 cloves, cardamoms and star anise. I've missed out on bay leaves. You can add that and other spices as well. You can also add them in bigger quantities for better flavor and aroma. Once the oil starts giving out the aroma of all the dry spices, let's add onion and let it cook for a bit. And once the onion is cooked, let's also add the other vegetables. And to start with, I'm adding tomato. I'm letting tomato cook for a bit, but not too much, because anyways we are going to pressure cook all the vegetables. So let's just give it a couple of seconds and then start adding other vegetables. So I'm adding beans now. Soon after go in the carrots. I'm not giving too much cook time between vegetables here. I'm adding beans and carrots, and soon after this I'm going to add radish, and I'm topping it up with green peas. Let's give it all a nice toss now. And once the vegetables are nicely cooked, Finally, let's add potatoes because potatoes don't take much time to cook. So we add it in the end. And once the potatoes are added, let it all cook and come together. And let's add the masala. The ground masala goes in and mix it up and let it all cook for some time. And once it all comes to a boil, now let's add some rice to it. Here you can see that I'm adding only Sona Masuri rice because we traditionally use only Sona Masuri and not basmati rice. And now for a cup of rice, I'm adding 1 cup of water because there's already water in the masala. And finally, let's add the most important ingredient, that's the salt. You can add it to your taste. And once everything is added, let's close the lid and let it pressure cook for a couple of minutes. And once it's cooked, let's see how it looks. After a couple of whistles, I switched off the flame and let it sit for a few minutes, and I let out the steam. And finally, I'm opening the lid to see how it looks, and here you go. That's our pulav. And let's mix it up and squeeze a bit of lemon to make it tangy and sour. So finally, I'm plating it and serving it with raita made of cucumber and onions. So here you go, guys. The simple South Indian pulao. How do you make your pulao? What vegetables do you add? What spices do you add? Is it same as mine? Is it different from mine? Please let me know in comment section. And if you like my content, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. And till we meet again, bye bye.